I want to like Weasel. At first, I didn't want anything to do with him. I wanted no parts of him. Then I was going through his kit. You guys saw rank 5. I'm not doing rank 5 guys anymore, but that rank 5 was before Weasel had his BrotherEye. I have him at rank 8. I really want to like him. I really want to use him, and I feel like I can't. Let's get to the video.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Rose Collide video. In this video, I'm going to go through Weasel rank 8. I like him a lot. The problem is, I don't know if that means that he's good or not. I was trying to, and the reason why this question is coming up is that I was ready to go ahead and do this rank 8 video like a little while ago. Stuff happened with Jon Stewart, with BrotherEye, Swamp Thing getting announced, you know, Cheshire and Dr. Poison, all that stuff. So then I put this on hold. I'm, rebuilding my Elite Arena teams, going through this, that, and the third, and I'm noticing that I'm literally trying to force Weasel into certain spots with the Bride. And this is when I came to the conclusion that the Bride actually performs better outside of her Creature Commando allies, like markedly so. And one of the reasons for that is that with Weasel's team synergy, not team synergy, one of his badge conditions, it's good, but it doesn't function in the way that you think, and it throws me off every single time. And I have to end up putting him in positions that I don't want him to actually be in, and then he just falls. So, and then outside of that, he does very, very good damage, but is he worth bringing just damage, no team synergy? That is my question. So now, going into, well, affinities first, he has his team synergy. I only have him up to rank 8 right now, so we'll read the rank 10 after this. All allies gain 25% shield penetration. Ally basic dispels 1 stack of a random buff from the target. When damaged by an ally, gain 1 stack of recuperate and 1 stack of haste. Now, funny enough, ally basics dispel 1 stack of a random buff from the target. Didn't think about this in this way until just now. If I run him with the Bride and she does her ultimate, that means she's sending her 4 allies, let's just say 4, at one target, them using their basics. That means while they're using their basics, they're going to clear a buff from the target, meaning they'll clear 4 buffs. Excuse me. So that's actually really, really good. When damaged by an ally, gain 1 stack of recuperate and 1 stack of haste. So that means when Weasel is, when all characters are. If all characters, then this is also great for her, and running him with Constantine with that team synergy would be amazing. Then here, the next thing that happens, all attacks against an enemy with shields will gain 100% block chance. All attacks against an enemy with shields will gain, 100% crit chance. Block chance, I was like, that's crazy. Crit chance. So you're going to crit when you're hitting into shields. Okay, cool. Still got to hit through the shield, though. Now, going through his kit. On the basic, Weasel strikes the enemy who last attacked 3 times, dealing 40% of his attack as physical damage with each hit. This is on Wild Beast. So if you hit whatever enemy attacks, whoever has their last turn, he's going to turn around and then hit you for 120% damage. If the last enemy attacked has an advanced attack, Weasel instead deals 50% of his damage. So it's going to be 40% unless it was an advanced attack, and it's going to be 50. That's not great. I don't like that. I don't know why I didn't see that. If the last enemy attack was an ultimate, Weasel instead deals 6%. These are very, very, very high qualifiers. All right, so next, on Just a Nibble. Weasel gloms onto his front row ally with the highest percentage of HP remaining, takes a little bite, dealing 5% of his attack in physical damage, healing Weasel for 20% of his max HP. The attack cannot crit or defeat allies. If no front row allies, Weasel instead targets the enemy with the lowest percentage of HP remaining. That is cool. Dealing 100% of his attack in physical damage. Now the problem with this is that whenever I try to run him with the Bride, who wants to have allies attack her so she can get hard hit and self-heal, I can't put him in the back row. So far, if I put him in the back row with like Peacemaker or Aquaman or OG, he always goes after them as his buddy, as the one that he's going to nibble on. not ever the bride. So I have to put him in the. I have to put like him in the front with bride, or someone else in the front with bride, so that bride ends up being the only tank in the front. Then he'll attack her. So that is one like downside. I don't know if it's a bug or how it's supposed to work, but it is what it is. Tooth and nail. All of Weasel's attacks inflict one stack of bleed on an enemy for 2 turns. When Weasel's HP drops below 60% of his attack, now inflict an additional 1 stack of bleed. So if he's below 60%, he'll do 1 more bleed. When Weasel's HP drops below 50%, all of the attacks have a 50% lifesteal. That's awesome. So if it drops below, you have 50% lifesteal. Does that mean that lifesteal sticks with you until the rest of the match? Or is it just while you're under 50%? But that is an awesome team. Not team synergy, just an awesome passive. And now on the ultimate. Weasel randomly attacks 5 enemy targets. This sounds very much like Superboy, dealing 100% of his attack as physical damage with each strike. That's 500% damage. 600% if you go there, then 700. That's a lot of damage. And he does do a lot of damage. He is a very, very, very good damage dealer. I just do not feel like with his team synergy and then his skills being good, but there are other characters that do crazy good damage, I do not really see a place for Weasel on my roster. I don't see where I can use him that much. And it bugs me because I really do want to like him. I really want to use him, despite the fact that originally I didn't want anything to do with him. I want him to work. So I'm going to go into team ups and try to run him with somebody. How much do I have team ups? A check. A. All right, there it is in warm ups. And I will be right back. All right, so now what I'm going to try to do, I was going to try to take him into team ups right now. I don't have a lot of team ups. Actually, is there anybody else here? No. So we'll just do 2 team up battles, and then hopefully somebody from my friends and allies will rally for me and help me take out Huntress. All right, this isn't bad because I think Huntress is what, agile? So it might be a pretty good showing for Weasel in this scenario, but let's see. I'm gonna try to do him outside because my Dr. Phosphorus right now is only rank 7, so I'm gonna try to do him slightly outside of Creature Commandos. If I'm running him and he's doing a lot of damage, and we also worry about him damaging allies, I still feel as though running Constantine with them is a good idea. The problem with that is that he has to come into the back row now. Because if I run Weasel with them, Weasel is automatically going to start taking damage. It feels as though, even though she has higher HP than him, it feels as though Weasel still targets whoever is not the bride. So that's obnoxious. Yeah. Next, if we're running if we are running the Weasel like this, as a matter of fact, I wonder if I can show it. Because right now his HP is 1.3 million, and the bride's, where is hers at? 1.7 million. All right, so she has the higher HP. If she takes a hit, she'll still have the highest proportion because, you know, a hit from Huntress that goes into bride and to Aquaman, 1 to him, 1 to her, she's going to lose X amount. 10,000. Well, it depends on the defense, actually, now I think about it. The defense does matter in terms of how much HP you lose. So forget everything I was just about to say. I said forget it. God, you be hanging on to stuff. Why are you talking about old stuff? Anyway, so he will damage her. She will give them hard hit. Which means that I kind of, if I put Mara here, this is putting him in a position to fail. Let's put Batman here. I'll try Mara no, because, you know what? I'm going to leave Mara out of it. I'm going to leave Mara out of it altogether. But then this is where we get into this awkward situation of who I'm going to put up here, because I know for a fact he's going to just try to bite whatever tank I put up. Let's put Bane. Bane's not going to receive enough heals from this setup to do anything, actually. OG Superman? Yeah, we could put up OG Superman just to prove the point of, like, he has 1.3 million. I think I said 1.1 for Aquaman. So we'll put Aquaman up there front. And then we will do whatever. Did not mean to do that. Let's pull you back. All right. So then we will do whatever is necessary. Didn't even realize I had the chat up for this whole time. That's fine. We'll see what the opinions are. Anyway, so She'll put, that's not actually, that was accidental, but that's not bad. Let's remove you. We want an agile damage dealer. Let's try to go with Green Arrow. See what he does. Boom. Agile damage dealer. He should hurt both Huntress and Black Canary. The one problem with Black Canary, she's going to put silence on whoever's there. It would be nice to have Kid Flash's synergy to purge that, but it is what it is. So, this order, because, you know, Weasel's video. Okay, so we have no heals here. No heals. Outside of Aquaman, who can heal, but he's not a healer. Let's just be clear about that. Let's fight it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Now on this badge, and I should go back and review it. Do you see this here? This means that he has Aquaman as his buddy. So he's going to nibble on him as opposed to nibbling on the bride, which is a pain to try to deal with. It's absolute pain. Absolute pain. Okay, so yeah, you see how we just hit him? Now this does nothing for us. Absolutely nothing for us. Because he's up front, Weasel's gonna hit him, even though he has less HP. And I know it's a proportion, but it's even less, anyway. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is put Aquaman back here, remove Green Arrow. Who goes up there next? A damage dealer, Wonder Woman. A damage dealer who can take the damage, but it won't be as bad as Wonder Woman. It's Red Hood. There was another character somebody put out that I can't remember. So we won't like harp on that too much. We're gonna put Weasel first, cause you know, his video. We can put Batman here. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Let's see how we do by the end of this. And there, of course, is the silence of Aquaman. I'm not too concerned about that because, if I'm not mistaken, he should still be able to do his School of Fish if any of us falls below that threshold. I think it's 40%. Bet. So now you see the little buddy tag over there, and he just did the damage to get the hard hit to everybody. He just did it on the bride. Okay, so not hard hit for Wonder Woman, only back row allies and he himself. But we got it to like kind of work. He did it. Now this is having to do that. Granted, this isn't great anyway. He is good against shield because of the shield penetration. But this isn't great anyway, that I have to like construct the roster even a certain way to get his synergy to go off. Like it's just, or to get her passive to proc. It's just not fun. It's just not. It's very, very specific. It's the same reason why Mara has fallen off. She's very specific. She needs to be right next to Aquaman. Not here for it. Okay, so silence is on Aquaman. That's not a big deal. Let's see how much damage we do. We're almost to the end of this. I'm pretty sure Batman does the most because that's what Batman does, is the most damage. Okay, recoup. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so overall, please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Overall, I like Weasel. I'm far from loving him. I liked him a lot more a few days ago, but like this is why you play test and like keep trying stuff and experimenting. The fact that he still just does not attack the bride, even though she would have higher HP and probably a higher HP proportion, is obnoxious and annoying to me. I'm gonna go back and go into his badge and then call it a video. But here's the thing: I think he's good, not great. Am I putting him in the top 10 epics? I mean, if I am, it's right towards the end, but he could make it there. Yo, I did 69% damage. Yeah, Batman did 11. Weasel did 8. He wasn't a slouch. He was definitely not a slouch there. All right, so let's go. Let's go back. And now I can't even give you a reasonable like try because if I did, it would be it wouldn't even be able to match up to 69 because ain't 69 of it left. Yo, Hammer is helping out the old man. I was literally like about to rewind and go back and go to his badge, and I was like, I just left my keys and did not know where they were. I was like, what was I about to? I came in this room for something. I was intent. I had to keep my water bottle. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, where you're sitting there for 15 minutes. Like, I came in this kitchen for something, and it wasn't food. You know what I mean? That's where I was. I was sitting there like, did I just space out? I was doing something. Do I just say goodbye on the video now? Anyway, sorry. Anyway, old bruh, I told you. Anyway, on his badge, at the start of battle, the front row ally with the highest max HP becomes the buddy. So it's not even the proportion thing that I thought it was. Highest max HP. That is the bride. Weasel can only deal 1 HP of damage to his buddy and will always target them with just a nibble. Anytime his buddy is damaged by any attack, Weasel gains a stack of hard hit. So he's going to gain a stack of hard hit every time the bride does get hit. So that does help him with damage. But, hey, clip it, show it. This doesn't work. It does not work. Doesn't matter how high it is. Bride is never the buddy. Never, ever, ever. They got the greater than, less than sign wrong in the code, okay? It's never that. Weasel eats up to 2 types of debuffs when he nibbles his buddy. Cool. For each debuff type he eats, Weasel and his buddy are healed by 5% of the max HP. So that's 10% heal. Yeah, this would be nice to even see if it works the way it's supposed to. Like, if it would be cool if it worked the way it's supposed to. Damage to enemies from just a nibble increases to 200%. And Weasel will always nibble an enemy after nibbling an ally. So, it'd be nice to have. I think his badge would be okay. I wouldn't be like dumping resources into it, but I think he could be better. If that part of it worked well, worked the way it's supposed to, he would be better. Would he be enough for me to want to really, really invest in? Not so much. He's not a bad investment. If you've invested in him, good, cool, enjoy, knock yourself out, but not like, oh, I gotta go get him. So, in any case, now I can sign off because the old man remembered what he was supposed to do, and that's finished. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time.